Let's talk about functional conformation within your beef cattle herd and why it's important. And we're going to use this heifer as an example. Now, her udder doesn't look nearly as bad now, but Lulu, who is a heifer, this was her first calf this year, at the very beginning of calving season when she was about to calve and when she had freshly calved, her udder was so engorged that these front two teats were just completely unusable. Now, as you can see, her udder has gone down since her calf is now older. It is now eating off of all four of her teats. This is her calf right here. He's one of the biggest of the bunch. I mean, he is the oldest. She's feeding him amazingly. And the hard truth about it is that's probably going to be her only biological baby. Because we ourselves as breeders keep trying to raise our own standards. And it's not so much as just chasing perfection, but it's chasing functionality within your beef herd. And unfortunately, as she gets older, that is not going to get better. That udder is going to keep getting worse. And that's just not something we want to pass on. That's not a smart economical move for any beef farmer, because whether you're raising seed stock, whether you love everything else about the cow, the udder is so important for feeding their babies. By the end of the day, that is what is going to make your herd functional and be able to turn a profit, is that you have mamas that are long term in your herd, so they are living a long time, raising babies a long time, staying healthy a long time, and that they are having healthy babies and raising healthy babies. So while yes, we have maternal sisters from Lulu who none of them have this issue. We love Lulu's mom. We actually pull embryos from her mom quite often. And like I said, her sisters all have amazing udders. They have, I really liked a lot of things about Lulu. And, she just had that one conformational flaw that is kind of a deal breaker for us on continuing for her to have babies of her own. And that wasn't something we would have seen until she had her first baby, when she built that udder for the first time. But this is one of those cases where, okay, we are going to let her be a recip cow from now on until she is no longer able to care for her own babies. We'll keep a close eye on her udder. If it kind of stays at this level, or does it get worse with the next baby? We will not be breeding her mom back to that bull. We actually had already made a decision not to breed to her sire again, because we had a couple of certain situations with some of his babies that we just weren't really a fan of. But she is a healthy young cow. Her baby is eating well. Her udder did go down significantly pretty quickly. Please don't do that. Don't freaking take your eye out. And since we are a herd that utilizes embryo transfer and artificial insemination, all those things where she could still be utilized within our herd, raising babies without passing on that genetic flaw, that's the course that we are going to take. But it kind of was questioned. There was a video made about me and this heifer specifically, that we didn't know what we were doing. We were bragging about poor conformation, and I just want to let y'all know that is not the case. Are we perfect? No. Do we know everything? Absolutely not. And I can tell you, we genuinely try to up our education on our own herd, our own genetics, our own decision making year by year. We try to up our quality. We try to do what's best for our small herd. And what's best for it is, if a mom like that is already showing conformational signs at 2 years old, she's not going to have her own babies going forward. Because there is the option that not all of our babies have to be seed stock. Some of them can, go towards the beef market. It wasn't always looked at as such a big deal when a cow had a flaw such as that, where, sometimes it might pass it on, sometimes it might not. So it was looked at a bit differently. But at this point in time, we are looking towards always striving for better conformation, no matter if it is on our horses, our beef cattle, whatever. And so I just wanted to address that if you saw a bad udder, we saw it too. We look at her every day. And while a lot of people's brains are switched to, why does conformation matter if beef is the end goal? I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of insight into that yes, it may seem like, oh, the short-term goal is beef, but as a farmer and as someone that has a herd, longevity is going to be the only way you have profit. And longevity in each of your cows, in them, caring for their babies, calving easily, keeping weight through the years, and then staying safe, sound, healthy throughout the years. That is the way that you make profit, is by keeping those same cows in your herd for a really long time. And with an udder like that at 2 years old, that's probably not going to happen. I think I rambled a little bit, but I hope that made sense. Again, I never want to seem like I'm a know-it-all or that I know everything about beef cows, because truthfully, this is a newer thing that I am learning about and finding a passion for. While I've had cows my entire life, I have not been in a decision-making position on this farm for very long. I'm always open to learning, but I did see some quite nasty comments in regards to our knowledge or our herd and our decision making, and I just kind of wanted to give some clarification.